So come find a nice seat on your chair. Hopefully your chair has no arms, but if it does, that's okay too. Scooch up to the edge of the chair so we have a nice active seat. Close to the edge of the chair, our toes can be facing forward, our hips can be facing forward, and then just gently rest your hands on your thighs. And we're going to begin class by just simply closing our eyes or softening our eyes to the floor and just begin to center our breath and tune inward for the first few moments. Noticing our breath as it comes in and out of our nostrils, filling the body, warming the lungs. And see if you can try and lengthen your inhale on your exhale here. Really slow the breath, feeling it and enjoying it as it comes in and out. In and out. And let's just take one more full deep inhale here, maybe the biggest one we've done today. Full deep inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. And then slowly release it out fully. Fantastic. You can blink open your eyes if they were closed. And let's just begin by bringing our hands by our side. Big, tall reach, stretching our arms up overhead. Maybe we look up at our hands. And then exhale, let's bring our hands in front of us into heart center. Fantastic. Let's do that one more time. Really trying to incorporate the movement with the breath. Inhale, stretching, reaching up overhead. And then on our exhale, the arms lower, coming to heart center, together and in front of us. Fantastic. Let's begin by taking cat and cow poses. So modified for the chair, cow pose. We're gonna arch our back, open our chest, and look up to the sky with this movement. Really stretching through the upper chest and the spine. On our exhale, we're going to bring our back closer to the edge of the chair, close to the base of the chair. Drop your chin and have a nice round spine here. So you're going to do those two movements. Inhale, you look up. Exhale, rolling your spine back. Taking it at your own pace, following your breath. You can make these movements as large or as small as you want today. Just beginning to warm up the spine, warm up the torso, even warming up the neck and shoulders here. And then we can find stillness in the center for a moment. We're going to take a similar movement, but making it a little bit bigger by incorporating the arms. So taking our arms out wide to the side, really take up space here. On our inhale, we're going to arch our spine back, and our chest is going to open as our arms open nice and wide here. On our exhale, we're going to roll back and this time bring our arms forward like you're holding a big beach ball in front of you. Taking those two movements, nice and big. Inhale, opening the arms. Exhale, bringing them close together. Inhale, opening. And exhale, closing. Take two more at your own pace. And whenever you're finished, we'll find stillness. Take a full deep in and exhale. And then this time, take our hands by our side again, breathe them up to the sky, and we're going to incorporate a twist. We're going to twist over to the right and drop the arms lower and down. Our left arm can come to our leg. Our right arm behind us can even maybe hold onto the top of the chair or just drop it down by our side. But we're using our arms as leverage to help us fully take this twist. Unwind, come back to center, not holding for too long. Inhale, breathing up, same thing to the other side. This time we're going to twist over to the left, drop the arms down. Right arm can come to the leg, left arm can come back behind us. Really deep in that twist with your arms. Exhale, unwind. One more to each side. Inhale, breathing up. Exhale, twist to the right. Sitting up nice and tall in our chair, pulling up through the spine and through the crown of the head will help us deepen this twist. We're going to hold this one for a little bit longer. Maybe we look over to the right. even continuing our twist and making it even deeper by looking over our right shoulder. Stay for one more inhale. Finish your exhale and unwind back to center. Last time over to the left. Inhale, breathing up. Exhale, lowering the arms, twisting to the left side, even deeper this time. Rooting down through our sit bones, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Maybe you finish the twist and look all the way behind you over that back left shoulder. Exhale, unwind, coming back to center. Roll up the shoulders a little bit if you're holding any tension there. Just briefly breathing them up to our ears and down our spine. And finding stillness in the center. We're going to take a forward fold here. So bring the arms up overhead, reaching and stretching nice and tall. And then we're going to exhale, lower the hands to the knees, and then slowly slide them down in front of us, reaching towards the ground. Just going as far as you can go. Maybe you touch the ground, maybe you're just reaching towards it, but wherever you are, just drop your head, relax your neck, reach your head towards the ground. We want to fully relax our upper body here, trying to have them laying on top of our legs, our upper body. If you'd like to make any movements with your head to release the tension, maybe shake your head no, nod your head yes. Anything that feels good for you. One more breath here. And then we're going to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time until you reach the crown of the head. That is the last thing to come up. Fantastic. All right, let's shake out the legs a little bit. We're going to do some leg work in the chair today, but today is a really big leg day for once we get standing. So just giving you fair warning. We're going to be working the legs today. All right, so extend the right leg out to begin. You can keep your foot on the floor, or maybe you hover it an inch off the chair. Just start by rolling that ankle in one direction, starting to warm up the ankle, the foot, the toes, the shin. And reverse that circle, making sure you go in both directions. And this time we're going to flex our toes, pulling up through the kneecap all the way up through this quad, making it a really strong leg, and pulling our toes close to the shin as possible. Point the toes back down to the floor and continue those two movements, flexing, pointing, flexing and pointing. Taking this at your own pace, your leg can be as high or as low as is comfortable. And then just gently release that leg back down, shake it out if you need, and we'll do the same thing on the other side with our left leg. Extending our left leg out in front of us, on the floor, or maybe hovering a few inches, and begin to make your circles. Rolling the ankle. And make sure you reverse that circle, go in both directions. And then we will flex and point the toes. Flexing the toes, bringing them close to our shin, pull up through that kneecap and thigh, make it a really strong leg. Point them down to the floor. Flex, point, flex, point. Remember that we're engaging our core so you get nice and tall here, even though our leg is extended. All right, and gently release that leg back underneath us. Shake out the legs. Good job. All right, we're going to take our right leg out in front of us. So lifting up a little bit higher this time. And begin to just bend and straighten that right leg. This can be hovering just a few inches or maybe even higher off the ground. We can pause that motion for a moment. Still working with our right leg. This time we're going to lift it straight up to the sky, keeping it nice and bent. I'll turn to the side if you have trouble seeing that leg. We're just keeping it at a nice 90-degree angle, like we're making a marching motion with this leg, really working the hip flexors here. You can raise it as high or as low as you'd like, modify it for yourself. And then release that leg back down. Same thing on the opposite side. Straightening and bending our left leg. Straight out in front of us and right back underneath us. High or low. Two more here. Sitting up nice and tall. And then that marching movement, lifting the left knee up and down. Up and down. Up and down. A few more. And release the leg back down. Shake it out. Fantastic. All right, so this next movement, adjust as needed in your chair and your space. but we're going to extend our leg out to the side. Now, see how this feels if you come to the edge of the chair. I like to move actually back in my chair to get some nice leg extension here. So move around in your space, whatever works for your chair, but see if you can extend the right leg out directly to your side, and then have your toes pointing away from you. Our supporting left leg is still sitting in the chair, and we're fully seated and supported still in the chair. All right, so hopefully we found this space. If you're unable to do this, just keep your legs close together and squeezing your thighs in for this next movement. Let's take our right arm to begin. We're going to stretch and reach our right arm overhead. Then we're going to inhale, reaching up, and then exhale over to the side. You can use your left arm as leverage, helping you bend deeper. You'll feel a nice side body stretch here on the right as we reach to the left. Trying to create a straight line from our right toes all the way up to our right fingertips. Inhale, coming back up to center, lower the arm down. Do the opposite movement with our opposite arm. This time left arm comes up to the side. Really stretch and reach up nice and tall before we turn it over to the right. So this time we're going towards that extended leg. Feel that stretch of your side body on the left. You can look straight ahead, or maybe you try and look up at that top hand, see how that feels. One more breath here, and then exhale, lower the arm down. We're going to bring that leg in, and we're going to adjust our space to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to extend our left leg out in front of us. Again, see how it feels if you come to the edge of the chair, maybe the back of your chair, whatever you need to do. We're extending our left leg out, and our left toes are facing away from us. Our right toes and our right hip is still sitting in the chair, toes facing forward. All right, beginning with the left arm this time, breathing, stretching, reaching overhead. And then exhale, tilting over to the right, away from that extended leg. Try and breathe your shoulders away from your ears, really a relaxed position here. Maybe you look straight ahead, maybe you try and look up at that top hand. Stay for one more inhale. Finish your exhale. And then coming back up to center. And final time here with our right arm. Breathe our right arm up overhead. This time we're going to lean towards the leg. Hold on to the chair for support. One that stretch in our right side body. Then reaching through those fingertips, but releasing and relaxing the shoulders down and away from your ear. One more inhale. And then when you're ready, coming back up to center, bring the legs back in and find your seat towards the edge of your chair. Good job. Shake out the legs if you need to. We're going to do our sun salutation. So for anybody who was here last week, we actually switched it up, and instead of our regular sun salutation, we did a moon salutation. So this week we're going to go back to sun salutation, but I think I'm going to do every other week sun salutation, moon salutation, and just keep flip-flopping like that so we can work all the muscles. But today is sun. So for anybody who doesn't know this, we're going to do it slowly through the first time, and then we're doing it a few more times, picking up the pace. So we'll begin this sequence with our arms down by our sides. We're going to inhale, breathing our arms up overhead. And on our exhale, we're going to find cactus arms. Cactus arms are two right angles, really strong arms here, reaching through the tips of the fingertips. On our next exhale, we're going to lean forward just enough to engage the core. We want a nice long spine here, reaching through the crown of the head. And then on our exhale, we're going to take our hands to our knees and reach towards the floor, forward fold. Holding all the way down as low as we can get, reaching towards the floor. On our next inhale, we're going to take our right hand and twist our spine, opening it up towards the right and reaching our right hand up to the sky. The lower you stay, the harder it will be. The higher up you come, the more accessible it'll be. So find your sweet spot. Opening up the chest to the right, and then exhale that right arm down. Same thing on the left. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. Opening the chest to the left this time. You have the option to stay low or come up high. You also have the option for your neck to look straight ahead or maybe up at that top hand. Also, you can look down to the floor, see how that feels. Exhale, we bring that arm back down. On our inhale, we're going to take both of our hands back up to our knees, do a halfway lift, lengthening through the spine here. We want to try and get a nice long straight line all the way through the crown of our head, reaching away from our tailbone. Then on our exhale, we forward fold one last time, reaching to the ground, relax your head and neck, and then we'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Our head is the last thing to come up, and our hands and arms will follow, reaching up overhead, and then exhale, hands and palms come to touch and lower down in front of us, heart center. All right, so that's the sequence. A lot of you know it already, so we're going to pick it up with a little bit more pace, but I'll continue with the cues. All right, toes facing forward, hands by our sides. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, halfway lift, engage the core, lengthen the spine, drop the hands, reaching all the way to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, right hand comes up to the sky. Open that spine, feel the shoulder blades pulling together. Exhale, lower the arm back down. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, lower the arm back down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Our hands follow. Maybe look up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down in front of us. Doing that again. Fantastic job. Remember to breathe. Inhale, reaching up. Cactus arms. Forward fold, leaning towards the floor, and then dropping our hands and lowering all the way down. Inhale, right hand lifts up into the sky, reaching up, stretching up. Exhale, lower the arm. Inhale, left arm, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the arm back down. Inhale, both hands come halfway, lifting up the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. Forward fold. And then inhale, rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Head, neck, shoulders, eyes, everything looks up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down in front of us, heart center. Good job. Let's do that one more time. I'm going to incorporate an additional twist at the end. Inhale, reaching, stretching up. Exhale, cactus arms. Halfway lift, leaning forward, engage the core, then drop the hands all the way to the foot. Right arm opens, twist, open that chest. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, left hand opens. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Forward fold, and then we're going to slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. We'll reach up to the sky this time, but we're not done. We're going to add our twist. So we're reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And then we're going to twist over to the right. Sitting up nice and tall in our seat. Long, tall spine. Twist over to the right. And back to center. Over to the left. Back to center. One more each side. Over to the right. Back to center. Final time. Over to the left. And back to center. Release the arms down. Let them gently float down. Out the shoulders, make any movements that you need. Good job, guys. Fantastic job. All right, so we're going to come to stand. As I said, we're going to work the legs a little bit. So standing up and out of the chair, shake up the legs, make any movements that you need, and we're going to stand behind our chairs. I'm going to turn my chair to the side so you can see me, but you can stay facing forward. And we're going to begin just a few feet behind our chair, maybe just the fingertips can reach the chair. And we're going to do our modified downward facing dog to begin. So stepping a few feet back, we're going to reach our torso, trying to get parallel to the ground, lowering our chest while holding onto the chair still. And then we're gonna extend our spine and our tailbone in opposite directions. Feel it lengthening and pulling away from each other. Your legs can be straight, but have a micro bend in your knees so that we're protecting our knees here, not hyperextending. The lower you go with your chest, the harder it's gonna be. The higher up you stay, the more accessible. So find your space. We're gonna hold for one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna start with the right leg. So right leg steps forward. We'll find our warrior one position. This is a lunge with our right leg forward, left leg back. Right leg is bent, left leg is straight. Really strong legs here. The closer you bring in your back leg, the easier it'll be. The further out you bring that back leg, the harder it'll be. I know a lot of people in this class have been taking it for a long time, so don't be afraid to get a nice wide stance here. All right, both of our hips are facing forward, holding onto the chair, or maybe you take both arms off the chair, reaching in front of you. Or maybe you take both arms up overhead, stretching nice and tall. The chair is always there for support if you want to bring one arm or both arms down. But we're holding this pose for one more breath. Bend a little bit more deeply into that front knee. And then exhale, we can bring our hands back down to the chair. And this time we're going to take our back leg and bring it forward to meet the front legs. Stepping forward close to the chair and shake out the legs. And here's the hard part I was telling you about. We're going to take chair pose. So chair pose, we have both of our hands standing behind the chair, holding onto the chair. And then we're going to sit in our invisible chair, bending both legs down. Our weight should be in our heels. So hold onto the chair. We're really working our quads here. I'm going to take a break, straighten your legs. That was just a tease, but then we're going to hold it for a few breaths. All right, so straightening back up. And then lower the legs back down, finding chair pose once again. Weight in our heels, our back is nice and straight. You can hold onto the chair, or maybe you see what it feels like to take one or both hands off. Hold for one more breath. Maybe bend a little bit deeper, and then come straighten the legs back up. Shake out the legs, good job. All right, let's step a few feet back. We'll find downward facing dog again. Stepping back behind our chair, reaching our torso towards the ground, lengthening our spine, have a micro bend in your knee, drop your head, take a deep breath here, resetting the breath, and then when you're ready, we're going to take our left leg, stepping our left leg forward this time. Step our left leg forward, right leg back, left knee is bent. Both of our hips are facing the chair, and check in with your knee. Make sure it's going directly over your toes. You don't want it going out to either side. All right, so once you have your warrior one position, feel free to continue holding onto the chair, or maybe we take our arms off the chair in front of us. Bend a little deeper. Maybe you take your hands up overhead. Wherever we are, engage that core. We don't want our stomach sticking out. Try and pull that low belly in. Bring our ribs a little bit closer together. Hold for one more breath. Maybe bend a little bit deeper. And then bring our hands back to the chair. Step your back leg to meet the front leg towards the chair. Good job. Shake out the legs a little bit. We're going to do our chair pose once more. Holding onto the chair. Find your space. Legs can be together or maybe just a little bit separated. And then we're going to sit down. Chair pose. Bend both legs evenly. Weight is in our heels. Back is nice and straight. Hold onto the chair, or maybe play with your balance. Just for one brief moment. Stay for one more inhale. Finish your exhale, and then straighten your legs back up. Shake it out. Good job. All right, I'm done torturing you, so we can have a seat back in our chair. Time to take a seat back in our chair. Wherever you are, let's just take some nice deep soothing breaths. Work the legs, work the body. Hopefully we're definitely warmed up now, but let's take some deep soothing breaths to try to cool the body a bit. So inhale through the nose. Hold at the top for a moment. And then slowly exhale. Release. Next breath in through the nose, and then exhale, release it through the mouth. All right, so in together. Big, deep breath through the nose. Exhale, release through the mouth. Just let the air go. Doing that again. Inhale, breathing through the nose. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Last time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Good job. All right. Let's sit up a little bit closer to the edge of our seat. Active stance, but we're going to be beginning our cool down phase. Take our right leg. You can either cross your right ankle over the left ankle or cross your right leg all the way up and over your left knee. Find a comfortable position for you. Wherever we are, let's take our arms, reset, inhale, breathing them up to the sky. And exhale, hands come down and in front of us to heart center. Our hands can stay here, or maybe you bring them to your top leg and lean forward. We're reaching with our legs crossed down towards the ground here. Nothing too crazy, just reaching and stopping when our body stops. Not overextending. You can gently close your eyes here or just soften your gaze. We're going to stay for 4 full breaths. If at any point when you're staying here, your legs start to hurt, you can always lessen your cross or unwind altogether. Your option. 1 more breath here. And then inhale, slowly rolling back up. Let's take that top leg, gently bringing it back down. Shake the legs out. Same thing on the other side. Taking our left leg this time, either crossing at the ankles or maybe crossing all the way at the knee. Wherever you are, let's take our hands, breathe them up to the sky. A gentle reach. And then exhale, hands come back down and in front of us, heart center. And then this time we can bring our hands to our legs and maybe lean forward. Maybe we reach our arms down towards the floor. And now we just breathe. Take 4 of your own breaths here. When you're ready, slowly bring your torso back up. You can assist your leg, gently lowering it back down. Shake it out a little bit if you need. We're going to take our right leg in towards our body and give it a nice squeeze here. Sitting up nice and tall, still with our spine, but just pulling our leg in as close to the body as we can. And then roll your hip in a few hip circles. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. And make sure you go in both directions with the leg. And release that back down. Same thing other side. Inhale, breathe the left leg in close to the body. Give it a nice squeeze, sit up nice and tall. And take optional circles here. In both directions. Fantastic. Lower that leg back down. Take our hands out in front of us. Open and close the fingers. Open and close the palms. Make some circles with our wrists. Go in both directions. And then just shake out the fingers. Shake out the wrists. Shake out the arms. Release any tension. Maybe you bring your arms and hands low. Maybe you bring them all the way up to the sky. And you can then gently let them lower back down. We're going to take our Shavasana pose. So sit back into your chair, find a very comfortable seat. Here our legs can maybe extend out a little bit longer. And maybe you gently close your eyes here. Our hands and palms can be resting on our thighs. And maybe our palms flip up to the sky. just starting to find stillness and tune back into the breath like we did at the beginning of class. Maybe notice how your body feels from the beginning of the class till right now. Just noticing what you're feeling. And maybe do a little bit of a mental scan of the body, starting at the head, scanning all the way down towards the legs and the tips of the toes, trying to release and relax every single one. If your breath has become shallow, try and take a few deep breaths here. Waking up your body for the second time today. Bring some movement back to your fingers and your toes. Taking our time, let's sit up a little bit closer to the edge of our chair. Taking our time to get there. You can keep your eyes closed or just softly looking at the floor. Let's take our hands by our side and do one more final stretch, reaching up, but nice and gentle this time. Reaching up to the sky and exhaling our hands down in front of us, heart center. Namaste.